Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Magnum Martell, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about Call of Dudes! Emphasis on the dudes part. You know, I grew up playing Call of Duty. Played it a lot when I was a teenager in high school. I used to go over to a friend's place, and we used to just have, like, 8 to 10 people in his apartment, in his tiny apartment, taking turns playing 4-player split screen. It was a hell of a time. Great memories. Great memories. But since then, I've more or less fallen out with the series. I played a little bit of Warzone, but that's the first time I played Call of Duty since the original Black Ops. I stepped away from the series a long-ass time ago just because I found myself playing other things, and I just didn't have the money to blow on a new Call of Duty every year or every other. But today we're going to be talking about the newest Call of Duty title, Call of Duty Cold War. Yeah, obviously it's set during the Cold War, which if you don't know what that is, one, you need to check out a history textbook because that's very relevant to the world today. Now, more than even at the time, honestly, which is kind of fucking weird. But basically, Russia and America got into a little spat, and everybody was making threats, everybody was fighting in the background, everybody was having a lot of problems, everybody was going on about peace and war and love and happy, all that horse shit. Tell you what, the only thing I hate about the Cold War era is that it basically gave birth to the hippie, which slowly evolved into the SJW. And of course, the SJWs take another victory. Let's get right into it. So before we begin, let's talk about the Call of Duty Cold War trailer. The trailer has sparked some controversy because it shows a few little things about Marxism. I would like to start by drawing your attention to a man by the name of Yuri Bezmenov. Yuri Bezmenov is a KGB defector who came to the United States and gave a conference. The point of that conference was to educate American people, politicians, and even our police forces on the tactics that would be used by the Soviet Union to demoralize and change our country from within. Now, I don't know how much you, dear viewer, might be familiar with the Cold War, but it was essentially a war of intelligence rather than a war fought on a battlefield, albeit there was many secret battlefields caught between the agents of the United States and the Soviet Union. Within that time, there was a lot of fear and controversy, including propaganda, where the American people were led to believe and be afraid that anything and everything could be a Soviet plot to demoralize and destroy our country from within. I'm not a history expert, I'm not good at giving speeches, and I won't be the one to tell you all the finer details. But before we continue, I would like to draw your attention to this video. It was created by another creator here on YouTube named Upper Echelon Gamers. He does a lot of good analytical pieces, and he is a creator that I personally have recommended many times, and I'm once again recommending you to him, specifically this video. If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it now. He does explain far better than I could the logistics and the history behind Yuri Bezmenov and his speeches. But then he proceeds to start drawing parallels to a current movement in the acting world. It's very important, and I believe that everyone should watch it. I highly recommend his content, and this primarily, if not completely analytical piece, is perhaps some of his best work. His work that YouTube has been suppressing because it doesn't fit the narrative that they want to push. So please, take a moment, pause this video, go watch his, and then come back here. Now, let's talk about Yuri Bezmenov and his speeches. What he taught us was that there are 4 stages to ideological subversion, as you can see here on your screen. Demoralization. Educate an entire generation in Marxist ideology. Destabilization, economy, foreign relations, and defense systems. Crisis. Violent change of power, structure, and economy. And finally, most importantly, normalization. Period of stability until the next cycle of crisis point. This is the literal method that the Soviet Union was attempting to use to destroy the United States from within during the Cold War. These are the methods that the Soviet Union attempted to use to destroy the United States. Methods that we only know about because Yuri Bezmenov defected and explained them to us. Methods that we, in the United States, have utilized against other sovereign nations. Methods that are still being used to this day, due to their effectiveness. Now, what was the point of all that, you might be asking? Well, the point was simple: to give you an idea of the controversy behind the Call of Duty Cold War trailer, in order for us to get into the discussion of today's video. Now, the point of all that explaining I just did was to give you an idea of the type of controversy that Call of Duty usually finds itself in. It is a series that has, for the last 15 years of its lifespan, God, I feel old, been no stranger to controversy. Between the incidents of the legendary, absolutely legendary No Russian mission, from the original Modern Warfare, to the involvement of female soldiers in World War II during one of the more recent titles. Many, many various controversies, the last one of which I mentioned, all because, once again, of social justice and Marxism. Since this culture war began back in 2014, or even before that really, but that was when it really took a headway, social justice itself has changed and evolved in many ways. Where it originally went from a select group of idiots like Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, desperately trying to make gamers look bad and make nerd culture look like it's this evil, far-right-leaning thing, and people like Alex Jones shouting from the rooftops how crazy the rest of the world is for not following their ideology, to something beyond that. It slowly became a part of socialism, which, as many of you have probably come to understand by now, is a subset of Marxism. Socialism is a political belief in a very specific system. It is much different than the capitalistic system that we follow here in America, and very different from the communistic system of the Soviet Union. Now, I know all of this sounds really, really fucking technical, especially coming from me, but I assure you there's a reason I have to say it. It is because social justice has become a socialist, communistic, far-left-leaning ideology that is used as a weapon to not only convince others to the side, but also to make anyone who disagrees look bad. Look no further than cancel culture. People have been canceled, had their careers ruined, and their lives destroyed, all because they dared to say something that one specific social justice type doesn't agree with. There's a reason on this channel I refer to them as the usual suspects, because they have shown to employ awful, evil methods to get their way, such as shaming, lying, hiding the truth, and their favorite tactic, weaponizing social media and playing the victim, even sometimes faking it, just to get sympathy against anyone who would dare disagree with them. Look no further than Brianna Wu, who had individuals in her inner circle make false accounts and send her false death threats because she fought against video games, because she stood up to the evil sexist gamer. Let me ask you something. Would you trust someone who would lie to your face about being threatened? Would you trust someone who would tell you that you're an awful person because you indulge yourself in a hobby? No. You, as a business owner, would you trust the authority of someone who tells you that your core audience is evil and should be changed from within? I don't think so. But unfortunately, companies like Activision Blizzard, video games have, from within, been attacked by these people. From within, they have been changed and altered to push a political narrative, to push a progressive ideology. And Call of Duty, desperately trying to make up for the controversy and the anger it caused the social justice side, who was upset that their Marxist methods have been exposed to those who were unaware, now, in an attempt to suck up to them, has decided to make Call of Duty Cold War campaign have gender-neutral pronouns. I'm not kidding you. I'm not fucking kidding you. When does it end? Now, I rambled far longer than I'd like to. I don't normally like to make these videos a little over 10 minutes, but I had a lot of thoughts that I wanted to articulate. So let's get right into the article here by GameSpot. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has been officially announced. The game returns the political thriller angle of a single-player campaign that Black Ops is known for, and includes several of the characters from past Black Ops games, including Mason, Hudson, and Woods. However, it also makes some notable changes and additions. That includes the ability to create your own character. Okay, look, I don't mind when you have character creation, as long as you utilize it. If you just shoehorn it in because it seems like it'd be a good idea, I don't really care for it. I think it's stupid. Kind of like how Metal Gear Solid 5's character creation was fucking stupid. But if you use it in a certain way, it's actually really good. I can get behind that. Before starting Cold War's campaign, you need to make a character, and you will have several customization options that we saw from the character creation screen during our preview. You can choose your name, skin tone, gender, place of birth, military background, psychological profile. See, these are things that if they fit them into the campaign, that would be fucking awesome. Make it integral to the game. Make the choices matter. Make it have different characters react to you in different ways. It's probably not going to, but they should still do that. But you also have the choice to leave any of those things classified. Okay, that's kind of neat. I can get behind that. It makes sense for a Cold War aesthetic. With gender options, you have male, female, and classified. The game will treat the classified option as gender neutral, referring to you as they-them pronouns, which includes voice dialogue from other characters. I'm not even going to lie to you, if I was a voice actor and they were telling me, we need you to re-record this line with they-them for the gender-neutral crowd, I would be very upset. Honestly, I'd probably quit on the spot. But there you have it. Fucking gender-neutral pronouns. Look, I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out there. The classified thing, it makes sense within the context of the game. I have no problem with that. This is clearly GameSpot and all of these games journalists that are clearly a bunch of social justice types just trying to get some brownie points. Because obviously, anything that is anything, they like to weaponize. They like to turn it to their narrative. Unless the developers directly said that they meant it to be a gender-neutral option, then it's not. Plain and simple. It's classified, and the characters are referring to they-them because it's classified. It's that fucking simple. The game doesn't have gender-neutral pronouns. The game has classified information that the characters use in their dialogue. Still fucking asinine, but, I mean, I'll take asinine over outright fucking political messaging. Do you know why we as gamers have started to hate progressive themes in our video games? It's because they are handled very poorly, and I have another video where I'm going to go into greater detail about it, but the Cliff Notes is pretty fucking straightforward. You keep trying to stuff it down our throats. If you'd stop trying to stuff it down our throats, we probably wouldn't notice half the time. But the problem is that you want us to notice. You want us to be outraged because rage clicks give you money because of that ad revenue. You want us to be upset so you can make us look like these awful, evil, immoral human beings. And I'm fucking sick and tired of it. When I first saw the Call of Duty Cold War trailer, I was impressed because I thought they were finally going to be doing something straightforward. I thought they were finally going to be doing something unique and fun, and maybe, just maybe, I had this asinine ideal, this little inkling in the back of my head, that just maybe they might take a stand against progressivism, Marxism, and socialism. Or at the very least, make the narrative in such a way that it shows the evil horrors of communism that are literally protruding themselves right here within my own nation today. But no, they had to squander that by going gender-fucking-neutral pronouns. Fuck you, Activision. Fuck you and your status quo upholding. Thanks for watching, everybody. My name is Magnum Martel. Keep your eyes open for the next video, and I will see you then.